Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new to our channel, I'm Elizabeth of Southern gmoregals, and we're going to get started in our video today with making our mom canvas. So we're participating in the Chic for Cheap challenge, and I saw this canvas sign online. It's on Lemons Are Blue. This is their website, and they have this canvas for sale, and it's really expensive. It's a much larger size than what I'm making, but this is what we're going to try to recreate in our video today. So I'm using a 12 by 16 canvas, and I purchased this from Hobby Lobby, and it was originally $9.99, and then these were half off, so it was only $4.99. And I just wanted you to see the back here of my canvas. So it's got a wooden piece holding the back of it together. They do have some big canvases at the Dollar Tree, but they didn't have one this size, so I really like the length and the width of this size, so that's why I choose the 12 by 16. And I just turned my frame over and I traced around the back there just so I could kind of have an idea. I wanted to make my trim around the front about the same width of the wooden backing. And when I flipped it over, I still couldn't see the line just great, so I took a ruler and measured about 1.25 inches and just drew a really light, faint line with a pencil. You don't want to make this real dark or it'll be hard to cover it up with the paint. So I just went all the way around the edge here, about 1.25 inches, and made a line, and that's what I'm going to paint around my edge. And this is the paint color. I'm using a nutmeg brown. I purchased this from Walmart, and these are 50 cents. And then I'm just using a sponge brush from the Dollar Tree. This is a nice warm shade of brown, has a little bit of a red tone to it. If you wanted something lighter, you could pick whichever shade of trim that you want to go on your picture. And this is just some pictures of me the first time that I went around here with the brown. I actually applied 3 different coats. I wanted this to be a little bit darker. This was the first coat here, and I wanted it a little bit of a darker shade, so I actually applied 3 different coats. And for my centerpiece, I just purchased a piece of canvas. This doesn't have the wooden frame around it. I purchased this from the Dollar Tree, and this is an 8 by 10, and this is the shade that I'm going to paint this centerpiece. And we're participating in the Chic for Cheap challenge today. This is hosted by Christy Creates. I have her information listed down in our description box, along with the playlist of the other crafters participating in the challenge. And the Chic for Cheap challenge is finding a higher priced item and trying to recreate it cheaper or on a budget. And I had originally purchased a 24-piece puzzle from the Dollar Tree, and the puzzle pieces were way too big. So I ended up using 100-piece puzzle pieces, seemed to be the right size. And I just tried to match up the pieces and the shapes that I wanted them to be able to fit the names on. It was still kind of tight, but I found my puzzle pieces. I painted these the same shade that I'm painting the middle 8 by 10 piece of canvas. For the 8 by 10 piece of canvas, again, I used a ruler to measure. I just used the first 2 lines on a ruler as the width that I wanted to go all the way around the edging. And then I'm using that nutmeg brown again to put a trim around this or put an edge around it. And for the saying, I purchased my stickers from Hobby Lobby, and there's actually, in this bigger size, there's 2 stickers in each pack, so you only had to purchase 1 pack of M and then 1 pack of O. I really like this font, but Hobby Lobby has a big variety of fonts if you wanted a different letter font for your picture. And then I purchased this big pack. This has capital letters and lowercase letters, and you'll only need 1 pack of these for your saying. And then I just took the mom letters, they're still attached to the backing there, and just kind of lined them up to get my spacing right before I peeled these off. And these were probably the harder ones to do just because they were kind of flimsy once you got these off and they were so big. And you want to start from the top. I started here at the wrong place, so don't do that. Don't start at the bottom, but start at the top with the M around the curves and peel down. You'll be able to manage the M much easier if you start from the top. And just keep in mind when you're putting these down, your spacing to make sure the M's and everything is centered and straight. When I get down to the lower part here, you'll see I use something to kind of keep my line straight. But this one I just tried to kind of eyeball. And here's the word mom. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a piece of the plastic from the stickers just so I have a straight line. And I'm actually going to start in the middle and then work my way out on both sides just so I can make sure everything's centered good. So I'm actually going to start right in the middle. And for the phrase or the rest of the words, I'm going to use all lowercase letters except for the Y in U is going to be an uppercase letter. And I'm starting here with the word R, A-R-E, and I'm putting the R down first because I want that to try to be right in the center. And then I'm going to work out to the right and then go back from the R and work to the left. And for the second row, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just using that plastic piece again, and I put my yardstick there just to try to make sure it's straight. And I'm going to start right in the center again with the H and the word that, and then I'm going to work out to the right and then come back and work to the left side of the H, just trying to make sure everything's centered. And for the third row, I'm going to use that piece of plastic again and the yardstick to try to center me up and to make it nice and a straight line. And I'm starting with the G and the word together. I'm trying to put that one right in the center to line up with the kind of with the O in mom. And then I'm going to work to the right and then come back and work to the left of the G. And if once you get finished, if you notice something's maybe not as straight as you wanted or it looks like it's a little bit out of line, you can move these around and reposition them. Next, I'm going to go over them with some Mod Podge just to try to seal those in and make sure they don't peel off. And I'm going to use a fine tip black Sharpie marker to write the names on my puzzle pieces. You'll want to write mom in that centerpiece and then whichever children or grandchildren that you want to write onto your other pieces of puzzle. And I'm just taking some of the Mod Podge, this is from the Dollar Tree, and a Dollar Tree brush, and just going over the letters. I want to just make sure that these seal and don't try to peel off of the canvas. So I'm just really quickly going over all the lettering. And next I took those puzzle pieces and turned them upside down, and I want to glue them together, and I'm using this E6000 glue, and for some reason the bottom busted out of this tube, so that's why I'm just squeezing it out of the bottom. I want these to be glued together, and then I'm going to glue the whole piece onto the canvas. And I'm just taking the E6000 glue again once I've got these glued together and putting a little bit more and gluing this down onto the canvas. I just want to try to make sure it's centered good. And then I wanted to try to leave a little bit of white in between the top and in between the bottom on the canvas. And I'm using the E6000 glue again to glue the 8x10 piece of canvas onto the white piece. So you'll see me here just pick it up, and that's all I'm doing is I'm applying some of that E6000 glue around the 8x10 piece of canvas, and I'm gluing it to the larger piece. I'm okay with just hanging my canvas off of the wooden part on the back, but the person that I'm giving this to will want a hanger on the back. So I'm just taking one of these little metal hangers. It has two little tacks or two little nails. You can purchase these at Walmart in a single pack, or Lowe's or Hobby Lobby. All of those places have these little hangers, and you can get them for under $1 a pack, or if you get several in a pack, it's going to cost a little bit more. But I'm just tacking this onto the back of the wooden piece, and that way we'll be able to hang it up. So here's our finished canvas. I have this hanging up on the wall. Looks really great. I'm really pleased with the way that this turned out. Now you could use a lowercase O and an M in the word mom, but I really wanted mom to stand out on my canvas. So I want to give you a real quick peek or a sneak peek back at the website where I found this design at, and this is on the Lemons Are Blue website. They also have these for sale on Etsy, but I think we did a really good job recreating this for a much lower cost on a budget. I think everything together was around $10 or $15 was the cost that I spent to make this sign. I think it has a really unique saying. I would love to receive this as a gift for my Mother's Day present, so I was really glad to make this for a gift. We hope everyone enjoyed it. If you're new to our channel, Southern gmoregals, we'd love to have you subscribe and turn your notifications on, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think, if you think we nailed it or if we failed it with our copycat design. here. Also give us a like if you like this video. That always helps out our channel. We try to have new budget-friendly DIYs out on Mondays. We are collaborating in a couple different collabs and challenges this month, so our videos may be out on different days. We're going to have a lemons DIY video that's going to be out on May the 13th. That will be also joining Jujubee's DIY and Crafting in Mimi's World. We're all going to be together in that video, so you won't want to miss out on that video. We want to thank Christy Creates again for hosting the challenge today. Check out the playlist of the other crafters participating. We want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.